In my handlebar installation video, I alluded to the difference between an old Schwinn and a new Schwinn right here. So I figured I'd make a video and walk you guys through it and show you the difference between an old, an old Schwinn and a new Pacific licensed Schwinn. So this is where we're going to start at. This is my bike right here. It's a it started life as a 1967 Schwinn, right, racer, 12-speed. It's got a 59 centimeter frame, right? It's got original fork. It's got original, it's got original rack that goes with it. The basket is an afterthought. It's got the original seat stem, but mine has been made into a conversion bike. What that means is I got 700C wheels on it and hubs. I got the crank set up of a 3G fixie bike with a 16 tooth free hub with a threaded side for the fixie cog, for a track cog. See, so I got stem off a GT 20-inch motocross BMX bike and the handlebars, right? And this is one of them B-Tech seats. The seat post was accidentally bent, but it turned out to be a perfect fit for my set. Now this is an original Schwinn bicycle right here. This part. Understand? I have to get specific bearings for this, and I had to find this stem because this is Schwinn specific, 1960, made in Illinois, as opposed to this, which is 2008, made in Taiwan, right? Licensed by Pacific. Now there is a huge difference here, and the way to find out is I'm going to show you guys. Right off, you got to start right here. I'm going to show you. Right off, you got to start here. Now, this is one of them, thousandths caliper measuring tool. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't, I could probably figure out how to work it all and all that stuff. But to me, I just use it for the distance, right? Because I'm old hillbilly from Arizona. I know how to use a tape measure. And for those of you guys over there in Europe that are watching this, in Australia, I also have millimeter ruler. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I figure it out. But well, I don't have to figure it out because I've known this all along. This is what you want to do. Look, first off, you want to unsnap the locking thing right there. You want to roll it open. You want to roll it open here a little bit. See, now you can measure the stem. You can measure the stem, right here. Just make sure it's locked. It slides on, slides off, right there. It's a good measurement. Now, what I always do is I bring it over to the ruler, or I bring the ruler over to it, whichever one happens, right? And then I just measure it. I just measure the distance on the ruler, right here. This one's going to be inside to inside. It's going to be standard old school Schwinn 7/8 of an inch. Right now, this is the newer Pacific version. Remember, around 2005, Schwinn started licensing Schwinn over there in their Taiwan factory to make bike frames for them. So this is basically, it's not really a Schwinn, it's basically a Pacific, right? You know what I'm saying? So all of the bikes now, since they're licensed by Schwinn to Pacific, are now made to Pacific's. See, look, Pacific's dimensions. See, now look, see, it won't fit. See, it's too. This one is bigger, right? This one, look, we're gonna open her up, go in, get a good measurement. Make sure we slide in and off a couple of times real smooth, right there. Alright, now bring it over here to the good old hillbilly measuring device. Alright, we're going to measure that puppy out, and look, this one is even 1 inch. Alright, 1 inch. See, so look, so old school Schwinn is 7/8, and new school Pacific Schwinn, right, is 1 inch. So all of you guys out there that are trying to put these speeder bikes together, they're going to be using these frames, because this one right here, this Schwinn Del Mar Pacific frame, right, is really a heavy duty, really good frame to make speeder bikes out of. Here, while I'm blabbing, I'm over here calculating this on the millimeter scale for you guys that are over there in Europe and in England, right? It calculates out to 23 millimeters. Right, these ones right here, the Pacific Schwinn heads, the stem's diameter has to be 23 millimeters for you guys over there in Europe, right, on the metric scale. Right, but anyways, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? You can't. These are great frames. Schwinn's always make good, bulletproof, standard, high, heavy duty stuff. Right, look at this old one. Look, I've been riding this bike here for a number of years, right? I put this bike together. As you can see, this is an original Schwinn, right? It's got all the, I put this bike together like 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been riding it ever since. And it doesn't give me any problems. I don't have anything. The thing about the seat poster, see how it's bent? Right? But that's the only issue I've ever had with this bike, Schwinn. Right? So I know you guys these frames are cool. They're cool. They're sporty. They're fast. Look at that. They fix up really good. You can put a lot of stuff on them, right? But you got to remember, you can't use old Schwinn parts on the new Schwinn or new Pacific Schwinn bike frame. You have to use their, so I think I've repeated myself a bunch of times, but you need to get, standard bicycle parts for these Schwinns. They're no longer Schwinn specific. Right? And that's why we had the problem earlier when we were putting the clubbing bars on, was because, I had to figure all this stuff out. So I figured I'd make the video and show you guys the difference right now. If you're putting together one of these old school Schwinn bikes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen a few pictures on the internet of these big old 59 frame racers and collegiates with motorized bike. But if you're trying to fit one, here, look, I'm going to clue you in right now. Look, this is whose bike parts fit on your old Schwinn right here, GT, right? That's the stem that'll fit. Any size GT will fit in any, right? Now, I had to get the bottom bracket conversion kit for this, but they're not hard to find. You have to drop down so you can use the 3-piece crank set instead of the old school 1-piece crank. That's about the only thing that these new Schwinns have in common with some of the older Schwinns, is that their crankshaft and the bearings will fit in these old frames. That's about it. Other than that, you're looking at a whole new Chinese animal right here. But anyways, so that's what it looks like now. Fast lesson in, right, old school and new school Schwinn.